I'm Alex Paulton. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Talking Timepieces, where we talk about watch collecting and horology. Today, we've got this beautiful watch on loan, the Hanhart 417 ES. It came out about 4 years ago. It's a reissue of an older model that they made for the German Air Force. So it is a Flieger, even though it doesn't have the typical Flieger look. It does share, of course, the Flieger attributes of high legibility, durability, and utility. It is really a nice piece. And actually, I don't really have any complaints about it. So I guess you're going to have to put up with just nice words from me about this watch in this episode. So let's turn the camera around and take a look at this really sharp watch. So here's the Hanhart 417 ES, a very sharp daily wear piece. I would call it a Flieger Uhr, but ironically, even though it has German Flieger roots, its style is more of its own as opposed to being just another German Flieger with the triangle at the 12 and very clean numbers. This watch, let's knock out the technical details. It's a 42 millimeter diameter, 13 and 0.3, 13 and a third thick. This one is, they're all stainless steel today. The ES from 417, since this is a reissue, came out, as I think I mentioned, 4 years ago, roughly. Stands for Edelstahl, which is the German word for stainless steel. And so this harkens back to that in more ways than one. It's steel like the original instead of chrome-plated brass, which was an option in those days. But still, it's nice to see the watch echo the original in more ways than one. But the ES is more of a formality at this point because they're all steel now. It is a manual winding. It's the Sellita SW510, which also harkens back to its roots. And when it comes to being a mechanical watch person, why not a manual wind? A lot of people like it because it connects them to the piece on a daily basis or semi-weekly basis, depending on what the power reserve is. This one has a 58-hour power reserve, and it comes on this calf leather bund strap. It has a synthetic suede lining, but that's more for durability because it is very comfortable. The crystal is sapphire, and it has 100 meters of water resistance, and it retails for about $1,900. Now, one of the interesting aspects of this watch is that it was a favorite of Steve McQueen's. He didn't just wear it casually, occasionally. He wore it a lot. He wore it in his role as I think it was an American bomber pilot wearing a German Flieger watch in 1962. The movie was called The War Lover. And he wore it because, well, he chose to wear whatever he felt like on the screen. And most people in those days weren't that much of a stickler for, at least at the watch level, what the character was wearing. And he also wore it for his Life magazine photo shoot in 1963. So it wasn't as if he did not like the watch. He obviously favored it because he wore it literally a lot. Now, one of the nice things about this watch is that it has a bidirectional friction timing bezel, which you normally see timing bezels with chronos in diver chronos. And I've always found that to be useful because when I've had a diver chrono, I've wound up using the timing bezel more often than not because things that I wanted to time, like baking or whatever, could easily be addressed by a minute timer. So the nice part about this watch is you can do both. You can set it, have at a glance minute elapse, and then see the elapsed time. And I also like the way that they distinguish the minute totalizer for the stopwatch from the running second hand. The watch is well loomed to the point where even the chrono second hand is very visible. It's not just loom painted, it is loom filled, just like the other hands on the face. It is truly a good tool watch in that sense. And so, when you think about how legible this piece is and how functional this piece is, and the fact that, Steve McQueen really liked this piece, I'm very surprised it's not more popular than it is. But then again, it's not a glitzy piece. It is a functional piece. It is a useful piece. So, I guess it is an unsung hero of the watch world. On the time grapher, it's running very well. It's running a little fast, but this is not COSC certified, and 12 to 14 seconds fast is completely acceptable. The amplitude is excellent. The beat error is great, and everything. It's just running well. It's a good, solid watch. This reissue really does reflect well on both the history of the piece and the company that made it. It really is a lovely watch that I find myself very, very strongly drawn to, and I've worn a lot of chronos, and this gives IWC and Zinn and just about everybody else a serious run for their money, because I can't think of anything else that would be this functional, this casually wearable, and this sharp. A lot of them cost a lot more money than this. Let's put it on the wrist and see what it looks like. Okay, let's wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Nicholas Rusek chrono, and it's also a GMT. The GMT hand is hidden behind the local time hand all the time, unless you need it. I have it on the rubber so I can wear it more casually, but trade show time's coming, season's coming, so I'll probably put this back on the leather so I can wear it with my suit at the show. Let's pop this off. This is actually not a bad rubber strap. I picked it up at my local watch shop, so unfortunately I don't know the brand. It's not branded. So as I was saying, it's got this synthetic suede lining, which is really, really nice. And since we have it out like that, let's flip it over and take a closer look at the back. The back is very straightforward and clean. Company logo, a little bit of information. Let's throw it on the wrist. As I was saying, it's very, very comfortable. And I think I'm going to do a Fun with Straps episode with this as well, because I like it on the Bund, but I can easily see myself putting it on a NATO in hot weather, or if I want to get it wet, or a metal strap. So we should give that a shot. But it does have very nice wrist presence. My 8.5-inch wrist fits well, sits nicely, really does look good. And it's very comfortable, as I was saying. So that was it. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, at least leave a like. Let's turn the camera around and close out the episode. So that was the Hanhart 417 ES Edelstahl. Really, really nice watch. And, well, obviously nice enough that Steve McQueen thought it was nice enough to wear a lot. So thanks for watching. If you did like the show, please leave a like, subscribe, pretty please, and tell your friends. Have a great day.